Good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's Today Football League Division 2 match between Sunderland and Barnsley. And your match commentator Clive Pearson describing the scene to you. The Sunderland side, Ian Hesford is in goal. At number 2, Steve Doyle. At number 3, Alan Kennedy. At 4, Steve Hetzke. At 5, Frank Gray. At 6, Gary Bennett, the captain. At 7, Gordon Armstrong. At 8, Dave Swindlehurst. At 9, Keith Birchin. At 10, Mark Proctor. At 11, Eric Gates. And wearing the substitute shirt this afternoon, number 12, is Dave Buchanan. And there we see the two mascots. The blonde-haired one on the left as you look is Ben Griffiths. He's 8 years old, lives in Hexham, attends Humshaw First School and is very keen on snooker, cricket and birds watching. Ben's father was actually a trialist goalkeeper for Sunderland in 1967 and he played for Cornbridge Rangers. And Ben's mother is a teacher in Hexham. The other one, just in the shot, that's him bending over there. That is John Stevenson. He's also 8-year-old, and he likes football and karate. So we better be careful of him in years to come. John lives in Manchester now, but he's supported Sunderland with all his family on every possible occasion. And we welcome both mascots to this afternoon's match. And now we swing across to the Barnsley side, who are now in mid-table. They started the season off rather badly. Were in a relegation position for quite a while, but since Christmas have improved out of all recognition and are now completely out of danger. Their side is Clive Baker in goal. At number 2, Joe Joyce, concert-born, he's the captain. At number 3, John Beresford. At 4, Gwyn Thomas. At 5, Stuart Gray. At 6, Paul Futcher, that's the brother of Ron Futcher, who was here with Bradford City 10 days ago. At 7, the former Sunderland forward, Roger Wilde. At 8, Steve Agnew. At 9, Jim Dobbin. At 10, John MacDonald. And at 11, Mick Clark. The Barnsley substitute is Simon Jekyls. And in the centre, you can see the 3 match officials. The referee, Tom Fitzharris from Bolton, hands behind his back. The rather short figure, he's the referee. He was appointed for the 1981-2 season, so he's now in his 6th year. On the referee's left is Keith Sales of Pickering in Yorkshire, and with the all-yellow flag on the referee's right as we look is Fred Taylor from Preston in Lancashire. And Gary Bennett and Joe Joyce, the 2 captains, the 3 match officials and the 2 mascots are all in there having their photographs taken. And now the mascots move off, a cheerful wave from both of them as they leave the pitch, and long will they remember this afternoon. So we all know what Sunderland have to do this afternoon if they want to avoid that playoff position of 20th in Division 2. They must do exactly or better than what Shrewsbury do this afternoon. But in order to avoid even that, if they win this afternoon, they'll be safe no matter what happens anywhere else around the country. So a win for Sunderland is the best way of ensuring that they won't be involved in those dreaded end-of-season playoffs. Because there's nothing worse than playing against a team which is buoyant and almost at the top of Division 3. So let's hope we can avoid that. But there's no pressure on Barnsley, of course, and they too will be able to play some good football and know that even if they lose, it won't affect things. And Sunderland have Barnsley have the first free kick. Now Mark Proctor finds Gates in the centre circle. A weak pass from Proctor forced Kennedy to pass that one back. Now Gary Bennett, player of the season, voted that by members of the South of England Supporters Club. And Gordon Armstrong, incidentally, was voted Young Player of the Year. That's some neat play by Proctor. Barnsley opening up with some neat football. Hetzke didn't make it. That's Roger Wilde trying to find Mick Clark, but Doyle gets it back safely. And Steve Doyle's fitting well at right back. He's an emergency right back. Normally plays in midfield, does Steve Doyle, but he's done very well. He it was who made the goal for Gordon Armstrong against Crystal Palace last Saturday. That's Gordon Armstrong looking for Gates. Gates doesn't control that properly. Thomas gets it away for Barnsley. Kennedy comes inside. Proctor. Bad ball from Kennedy. Proctor didn't really expect that. But Sunderland have the throw. Armstrong with Bennett in attendance if he wants him. But it's a long Gordon Armstrong throw. Chance for Proctor perhaps didn't quite fall for him. Away by Paul Futcher, only as far as Bennett. Good play by Gary Bennett. He looked to have lost out on that one, but now it's Birchin. Looks for Armstrong. Armstrong gets the cross in and chested away. Oh, and what a miss by Sunderland there. Proctor it was who got the first shot in. That was blocked. And Sunderland let Barnsley off the hook there, certainly. And that's gone straight into touch from Clive Baker's clearance. Long kick from Hesford. And a free kick against Keith Birchin. Fouled Paul Futcher in that aerial battle for the ball. And the ball has to be changed. And let's see if Tom Fitzharris, the referee, has a look at it before he lets play go on. Yes, indeed he does. John Beresford with the centre. A good one too. Bennett just got his head to it to deny John McDonald. And across goes Mick Clark to take Barnsley's corner. On the goal line for Barnsley is Roger Wilde. There too, Jim Dobbin. And at the far post, John McDonald. Far post corner. But still with Barnsley, but an optimistic shot from Steve Agnew. And Gates brought down by Stuart Gray under a clumsy challenge. Proctor leaving the free kick for Frank Gray. Good one to Swindlehurst. Swindlehurst, a good centre, punched away by Baker. Still not clear. And Bennett, can he score? No. Just past the post. And Paul Futcher appealing to the linesman that there was an offside there, but the linesman having none of it. That's Fred Taylor from Preston on the far side. And Hesford electing to use the wind in this first half with a long goal kick. Long clearance kick, rather. And Hetzker and Proctor had to come through fitness tests this morning before they could declare themselves fit to play. But fortunately, they can play, and both have featured well so far. Now Gates. Armstrong. Trying to find Swindlehurst. Swindlehurst gets to it. Good centre from Swindlehurst, just too strong. And the crowd beginning to sense that Sunderland are putting Barnsley under pressure. There's a good atmosphere this afternoon for hopefully what is Sunderland's last match of the season. That's Proctor. Good ball to Alan Kennedy. The centre looked rather scarce of players there, but one of the Barnsley men got there first. And good covering by Steve Doyle. Hetzker took the first man and Steve Doyle watched the runner for Barnsley and got there first. That's good defensive play. Birchin tried to let it run through for Gates, but Proctor has it now. Armstrong. Kennedy. That's Paul Futcher. Stuart Gray across to Beresford. But Doyle again intercepts and tries to release Armstrong. Armstrong's pass to Kennedy was wayward though, and Barnsley on the attack again until Bennett steps in. And the free kick awarded to Sunderland. Nearly fell for Gates, and Barnsley concede the corner. Joe Joyce having a little bit of trouble in getting that one away, so across goes Mark Proctor to take it. Both centre-backs of Sunderland are up there in the penalty area. Far post corner, in fact over the bar. That's Gwyn Thomas. Chance for Barnsley here, and it just past his own goal by Alan Kennedy. That was Jim Dobbin bearing down on goal for Barnsley, but he miskicked, and Kennedy got a foot there to deflect it, and just for a moment it looked as though it was bobbling towards the net, but it went just the right side of the post for Sunderland. So Mick Clark with the corner for Barnsley. Good one. Hesford waiting for it, and it's gone into the net, but there's an infringement on the goal line. So the free kick awarded for Sunderland. Good header by Proctor to Gates. Now Armstrong to Kennedy. Gates going for that return ball. Does he get there? No, but Sunderland win the corner. So Mark Proctor may well remember that his first corner sailed over the bar. He didn't quite allow for the wind, which is with Sunderland in this first half. Hetzker on the far post and is signalling that he wants the ball. It's played long, but the goalkeeper catches safely. Good catch by Clive Baker, formerly of Norwich City. He's been with Barnsley since 1984. Armstrong's header. Gray looking for Kennedy. That's as Barnsley captain Joyce heading it to Jim Dobbin. Good ball by Bennett, it had to be, to Gray, now to Kennedy. Neat play by Kennedy. But Barnsley playing some good football as well. They've gone close. Doyle away for Sunderland. Gates not tall enough to reach that one. Now Barnsley. John Beresford. He's put a couple of good centres across. Oh, that was a bad clearance by Bennett. Straight to Jim Dobbin, who fortunately for Sunderland put it past the post. Bennett didn't really clear that one, he just pushed the ball away. That was Swindlehurst looking for Birchin, but Futcher robs him. And so far, Paul Futcher's looked after Gates very well. Bennett's header. Kennedy's flick on. Good interception by Doyle. Almost found Birchin. And with 15 minutes gone, the scoreline is blank, 0-0. It's a rather loose ball, but it's picked up by Steve Agnew for Barnsley. Dobbin, challenged by Bennett, but gets it back to Futcher. MacDonald, but Gray takes over for Sunderland. Proctor does well under pressure to keep that ball. And the crowd not liking this continuous back passing, but it's just as important for Sunderland not to concede goals, because if you don't concede any goals, you at least get a point out of the match. Now that's Birchin trying to get onto Proctor's ball, but it's a goal kick. And Barnsley have won 5 away matches this season. They've won at Grimsby 1-0, at Hull 4-3, at Crystal Palace 1-0, at Stoke City 2-1 and at West Bromwich 1-0. They've also drawn 6 and have lost 9 away. They've scored 20 and conceded 27, so they haven't done too badly, and the referee changing the ball for the second time. Perhaps the original ball is now back with us. Alan Kennedy, not a good header though. Dobbin stopped that one. That's wild. And Barnsley fighting like terriers in midfield. Futcher. That's neat play. That was a good ball from Joe Joyce, allowing Barnsley to break. That one slightly overhit. Mick Clark trying to get past Doyle. Doyle does well, sticks to his man, but the cross did get over. That's Bennett trying to set Alan Kennedy on a run down the left. Kennedy again. Gates has a dive. Oh, he's given the goal kick, yes. Just for one moment I thought he'd given the penalty, but Tom Fitzharris not fooled by that Eric Gates stumble in the penalty box. Free kick conceded by Alan Kennedy, and Paul Futcher takes it short to Steve Agnew, looking for Gwyn Thomas, and it's out for the goal kick. Gwyn Thomas, the number 4 for Barnsley, has been capped by Wales at under 21 level. Birchin fools Futcher, but covering is Stuart Gray. Hetzker beaten by Roger Wilde. First time, good ball in, but Hesford catches it. And that was from Mick Clark. Swindlehurst's header. Birchin did well. Now Proctor. Challenged though by 3 Barnsley players. Gray across to Kennedy. Armstrong centre. Swindlehurst to the far post. Barnsley have a little bit of trouble in getting that one away. Gray keeps the pressure on. Back to Armstrong. Short one by Armstrong. Gates, if Gates can turn. No, he can't, but Gray can have a drive. And there should be. It's over the top. What a miraculous save by Clive Baker that was. Gray had the shot. It came off the goalkeeper. And the second shot, I think no, it wasn't Steve Hetzker, I'll tell you that in a moment, but the goalkeeper somehow got a hand to it and turned it over the top. It was from Dave Swindlehurst, the second shot. But Sunderland have the corner, but what a tremendous save that was by Clive Baker. A great double save, in fact. Now Proctor with the corner. Bennett. Hetzker across goal. Swindlehurst. Good defending by Joe Joyce. But Sunderland was so close to that vital goal. Back header and the corner. Joyce got the header in the challenge with Birchin. So Sunderland have the corner, and Gordon Armstrong is the man going across to take it. And he's placing that ball just outside the quadrant. That's not really legal, but headed away by Futcher to come to Proctor, but it wouldn't fall for him. Chips it back in, offside flag going, and the free kick will be awarded. A long kick by Baker. Neat play by Roger Wilde. He's good at close control this afternoon, is Roger Wilde. And you can quite clearly hear the shouts of the players as they issue instructions to each other. That's Joyce. Kennedy to Armstrong. Good control by Armstrong and well laid off to Birchin. Back to Armstrong. Gates tries to touch it on. Proctor. On the overlap is Doyle, but will Proctor's pass reach him? Yes, it does. But he's challenged and manages to win the throw for Sunderland. Halfway through the first half, 0-0 the scoreline as Proctor takes over for the throw-in. Hooked away by Steve Agnew. And that was good play by John McDonald to keep Barnsley in possession. Joyce. Clark. But an offside flag against Clark breaks down that Barnsley attack. Bennett going off on one of those typical runs of his, but eventually loses out. And that's always a danger when a centre-back comes forward that far. Oh, and Swindlehurst almost intercepts there. Careless piece of play by John Beresford, and Swindlehurst almost robbed him. And again the goalkeeper sends the ball straight into touch. That's Doyle. Swindlehurst. Doyle again. That's not a good ball though. Gates rather annoyed with Doyle for that ball. He wanted it played inside rather than outside. Bennett under this, but loses out. Kennedy covering though. Gates. Now Swindlehurst. Tried a short one for Proctor, but it's come back to Swindlehurst. On the far side was Birchin, but good move that one. Almost paid off. A foul by Wilde on Hetzke wins Sunderland a free kick. Sunderland has the flag up on the far side, an offside, and the man given offside was Gordon Armstrong on this far side, on this side. Gates. Rather aimless ball by Gates. Barney get possession. Doyle in strongly to Rob McClark. Finds Gates. Swindlehurst. Doyle going down on the overlap. But Gates turns inside and finds Frank Gray. Proctor. Armstrong wants it on the far side, but it's gone to Kennedy. Kennedy centre looking for Birchin, and he scores! Sunderland 1, Barnsley 0 in the 27th minute, and it's Keith Birchin who scores his first league goal at home for Sunderland, and it puts them in the lead. Sunderland 1, Barnsley 0, Keith Birchin the goal scorer. And that's brought the crowd to life. And Sunderland on the attack again, but Gates loses out. And if you can hear the crowd describing the scoreline at the moment. Now Beresford, Clark, Beresford again as Barnsley try to hit back. Clark again. Good play by Steve Doyle low. Oh, and that's a bad one from Doyle, but fortunately Dobbin doesn't control it properly, and the handball awarded in any case for Sunderland. So the one thing you don't want to do after you've scored is concede a goal straight away. So Bennett with the free kick. And that'll please Bob Stokoe, sitting in his white hat in the dugout on the far side. Hetzke does well. Clark, Frank Gray rather that was, to Kennedy. But Joyce intercepts for Barnsley. Alan Kennedy. Still Alan Kennedy. Sunderland get the run of the ball there to Gates. Bennett. For Armstrong. Armstrong forces the corner from Joyce, which Proctor goes across to take. That was a fine move which led to Sunderland's opening goal. Beautiful cross from Armstrong, straight onto the head of Keith Birchin, who made no mistake, heading the ball across the goalkeeper and into the net. Bennett, cleared off the line by Futcher. And it's there. What a screamer that was. Frank Gray from all of 20 yards, perhaps 25 yards. Frank Gray, a screamer into the Barnsley net. Oh, that was a great goal. In fact, they've both been great goals. Frank Gray after half an hour. A superb strike. So Barnsley suddenly, within the space of 3 minutes, find themselves 2 down. Doyle, rather an up and under. Swindlehurst underneath it, but Armstrong clears the danger. And that's got the crowd buzzing. And this 2-0 scoreline matches the score of last season's game between the two sides. Sunderland won 2-0. The first goal from Paul Futcher after 33 minutes, that was an own goal, he headed that one in. And then Howard Gale scored just after half-time, and there were 12,349 fans there. So the last year's scoreline, the only other time Sunderland have played Barnsley at Roker Park, ended in 2-0 as well. But there's 14 minutes of this half to go yet, plus the whole of the second half, as Armstrong swings the ball into the Barnsley half. Hesford looking for Birchin, who gets the header on, looking for Gates, but not quite the right direction on the header. Bennett beaten in the air, but Hetzke gets the ball away. Good play by Keith Birchin. But Futcher has it for Barnsley now. Swindlehurst. Birchin loses out and gets a little bit annoyed with Paul Futcher. Referee Tom Fitzharris just has a quick word. Doesn't stop play, that's good refereeing. Futcher to Joyce. And Barnsley still managing to play some good football despite those two setbacks. That's Stuart Gray for Barnsley. Birchin is hurt. Can't quite see him in shot at the moment. And he looks as though he's just going to the touchline for a bit of treatment to his face. And a good interception by Kennedy, but Paul Futcher prevents the complete breakthrough. There you can see Birchin on the touchline as play goes past him. Barnsley still coming forward. Aggressive piece of play by Steve Agnew that was. But 4 Sunderland players around the ball, and Bennett eventually gets it away to Gates. Gates to Proctor. Proctor, a bit undecided as to what to do. Eventually finds Frank Gray. Kennedy back to the goalkeeper. Cool defensive play by Sunderland that was. And Keith Birchin quickly back on the field. Armstrong in there, but goes to Beresford. And again Bennett beaten in the air. Chance for Barnsley now. Oh, and straight at Hesford, fortunately. Gwyn Thomas can't believe it. He was in the clear, he had a good shot, but straight at the goalkeeper. And Hesford too had come out to narrow the angle. Good play on the part of Hesford as well. Gates gets the flick on to Birchin. Birchin holds, then gives it to Swindlehurst. Doyle going on the overlap. But it's with Gray, Kennedy, Gates, looked for a 1-2, but Futcher got in the way for Barnsley. And John McDonald giving Gary Bennett quite an afternoon. Hesford signalling to Steve Doyle to go upfield. With the wind, he can get good distance on these clearance kicks. Armstrong under it. In fact, it was Birchin that got there first. Gets it back to Kennedy. Kennedy to Gates. Gates faced by Futcher. The free kick awarded just outside the penalty area. And Futcher saying that Gates dived, and Futcher not going to be spoken to by Tom Fitzharris. And Keith Burchin as well. I think it's just a word from referee Tom Fitzharris. I don't think either of them have been cautioned. And certainly the two men with the referee at the moment have had quite a tussle this afternoon. Paul Futcher is an old hand in defence and Keith Burchin is an experienced striker up front. So they both give their all, both good seasoned professionals. No bookings, just a talking to. As Armstrong gets ready to take. No, it's not Armstrong. Kick floated across, headed back across goal. Futcher in trouble, but Joyce gets it away for Barnsley. It was Proctor who took the free kick. Kept in by Swindlehurst. But the centre is poor, and Gwyn Thomas brings it away. Futcher. Gwyn Thomas. Steve Agnew now. Dobbin. McDonald gets past Kennedy, but Bennett covering. Now Proctor. That's Swindlehurst ahead of him. Sunderland making tracks down their left. Gates in the centre waiting for the cross. But it's Burchin, in fact, going straight through. Chips the ball across to Swindlehurst. And the goalkeeper just got a hand to that, and it's booted behind for the corner. That was Burchin who made the run down the left. Tricked his way past two Barnsley defenders. Swindlehurst headed it back across goal, and only the outstretched fingers of the goalkeeper's hand kept it away from Gates. And Steve Agnew was eventually thankful to belt the ball behind for a corner. That shows the sort of pressure under which Barnsley have been put recently. As Proctor takes the corner, swings it across for Bennett, and another corner, which this time Armstrong goes across to take. The ball placed in exactly the same place as Armstrong placed his last corner, as the ball is headed wide, and certainly that should have been a goal. It was a clear chance for Steve Hetzker, but he headed the ball wide with the goal at his mercy. Doyle got the header. Now Barnsley. Gwyn Thomas. And Hetzker away for the throw-in. Beresford. Futcher. With 5 minutes left. Futcher. Bennett intercepts. That was Stuart Gray. Frank Gray. Can't get it back to the goalkeeper. Too many men in the way, but he finds Gordon Armstrong back helping in defence. Five minutes left in the first half. Sunderland lead 2-0. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Keith Burchin and Frank Gray. Hetzker under this, but loses out and in fact has a free kick awarded against him. Roger Wilde was the man who Steve Hetzker fouled. Steve Agnew and John Beresford. John Beresford runs away, so it'll be Steve Agnew with the free kick. Bennett heads away. And Kennedy makes certain that the ball is cleared. Straight into the press box on the far side. Doyle across to Frank Gray. Kennedy. Gray again. Kennedy. Gray. But it eventually breaks down. Now the yellow shirts of Barnsley streaming forward into the Sunderland half as they develop another attack. That was a great ball to John Beresford. That was Agnew. Now can Sunderland break? Proctor got there, but Beresford picks up the loose ball. Jim Dobbin. Joyce. Away by Steve Hetzker. Gray clearing, but only in a touch. And Sunderland must try to hold this 2-goal lead until the interval. The last thing they want is a late goal by Barnsley in this first half. MacDonald for Barnsley. Gets round Bennett. A great shot, and it's in. Oh dear, what a tremendous shot that was. It was either Roger Wilde or John MacDonald who got the goal. It was Roger Wilde, the former Sunderland man, who pulls one back for Barnsley 2 minutes before half-time. What a tremendous strike that was. Just about the same as Frank Gray's for Sunderland a few minutes ago. It was Jim Dobbin. Number 9, Jim Dobbin scored. In the 43rd minute. But Doyle going forward for Sunderland now. It's a good one too. It's coming for Frank Gray. Kennedy. Goalkeeper catches safely though.
The Barnsley scorer was Jim Dobbin.
So Jim Dobbin it is, confirmed, who gets the Barnsley goal. And all 3 goals have been quality goals. And no blame to Hesford for Barnsley's goal. It was a very, very clean and accurate strike. Neither trainer has been under the field, so we shouldn't have much time at the end of the first half to play for injuries. A slack piece of play allows Frank Gray to go forward. Now Kennedy. Kennedy past one man, but into touch. In fact, as the half-time whistle goes, exactly on time. And at the end of a very, very entertaining first half, certainly in which Sunderland deserved to be ahead. They scored 2 fine goals, but Barnsley have come forward whenever they possibly could. And that was a tremendous strike by Jim Dobbin a couple of minutes before half-time to bring them back into the game. So at half-time, as the teams go off, it's Sunderland 2, Barnsley 1.
Ross is at the police office. You contact the nearest police.
And welcome back to the second half, which will begin with Sunderland attacking the goal away to our left at the Fulwell end. Score 2-1 in favour of Sunderland, who, if they win this afternoon, will be safe from taking part in any playoffs, no matter what anybody else does at the foot of the second division. Brighton and Grimsby Town are the 2 teams already relegated, and there's only the playoff spot to be decided. And the 3 points will exempt Sunderland from that ordeal. They have the lead, they must now keep it. Swindlehurst nods on. Gates trying to intercept the back pass, but doesn't succeed. Bennett's header. That's Joyce. Agnew. And the throw goes to Sunderland. No substitutes on so far, as Sunderland get a free kick. And Alan Kennedy to take it. Swindlehurst. But Beresford brings it away for Barnsley. McDonald. Beresford. Clark. Still Barnsley have possession. That's Joyce on the overlap. Good ball too from Joyce. Wild! And straight into the arms of Hesford. And a rather wild kick there on the part of Stuart Gray for Barnsley. And Alan Kennedy disappointed that the free kick has gone to Barnsley. Good interception by Bennett, but Barnsley still very much on the attack. Bennett heads away. Proctor there, but so too Clark for Barnsley. Doyle trying to wriggle his way out of trouble. That's a bad ball by Doyle though. It's straight back, but nobody on the far post for Grimsby. And now Sunderland can come forward. Frank Gray leaves it for Proctor. Swindlehurst on that far side, gets the header to Gates. There's only two men in the penalty box though for Sunderland. Swindlehurst across by Doyle, nearly came as far as Gates, and Barnsley leaving it for each other there, but lack of numbers there by Sunderland lets Barnsley get away with the clearance. Bennett, strong header away from defence. Armstrong finds Proctor. Proctor challenged strongly by Steve Agnew twice and eventually gets the free kick. Gray, the man nearest the ball. And the referee just having a quiet word with Steve Agnew as Gray rolls the free kick to Proctor. Gates. Beresford goes across the challenge. Gates goes for the line. And the throw-in goes to Sunderland. Proctor has it at the moment. Armstrong not going across to take the long throw. Proctor doing it very well himself. Swindlehurst header just across the goal. Nobody on that far post. It was an easy nod in if anybody had been there. Now Barnsley trying to break forward. Futcher. That's a great ball by Futcher. Away by Hetzke into touch. Clark trying to get around Doyle. Ball still in play. That's Wild with the ball at the moment, and it goes for a throw to Barnsley. Barnsley doing their fair share of attacking in the early stages of this second half. Long throw by Beresford. Proctor heads away. Good header too. Well out of the penalty area. And a free kick awarded to Sunderland. So that will help to clear the danger for the moment. And you may see Dave Buchanan running through the top picture in a moment. He's warming up on the far side. There he is. Still in his tracksuit, you'll notice, so no immediate prospect of him coming on. Perhaps he's been sitting a while and just wants to get loosened up in case he's called on. So the free kick taken by Hesford. Good control by Agnew. That's Alan Kennedy. Good turn by Gates. Swindlehurst tries to nut it in the path of Birchin, and Birchin was very close to touching that in. A good header by Swindlehurst across to Birchin. Birchin almost got the vital touch. Not quite, as Hetzke clears. Birchin just beaten by Futcher. Now Barnsley attacking once more. Racing through your picture there was Beresford, who gets the ball now. Gets round one man, and Hesford cuts out the centre very cleverly indeed. But that was a great run by John Beresford. Birchin under this with Futcher. Birchin almost got the nod on. Hetzker away. Helped on its way by Gray, but Futcher only finds Doyle. Doyle a long one looking for Gates. Gates gets the header, but in the wrong direction, unfortunately. So Beresford can clear for Barnsley, but only as far as Proctor. And the ball going from one team to the other at the moment. But here's a dangerous run by John MacDonald, but Bennett does well. Beresford almost loses control, but Gates fouls him. Gates not very pleased, but when Gates saw Beresford fumble with his control slightly, it made him all the keener, and he was just that little bit too keen, and he conceded the free kick. Barnsley pouring men forward at the moment, although good header by Gray to Gates. Gray, Birchin with Futcher, and Futcher does very well under severe pressure to clear the ball. So Mark Proctor with the throw. 3 Sunderland men inside the penalty area. Deep cross looking for Birchin. Birchin heads it back inside. A shot from Armstrong. Now Kennedy. Good ball. Finds Birchin. Birchin tried to tee the ball up, but he was robbed. And now Gray will push it back to Hesford. But a good attack there by Sunderland. Gordon Armstrong gets the header. Birchin and Armstrong almost clash heads. Gates too small, but Birchin. Armstrong has the chance of a shot, and a good save indeed by Baker. And that would have been Armstrong's third goal in consecutive games if he'd scored with that one. But it was a good save by the Barnsley goalkeeper. The shot was accurate, it had power, but the goalkeeper did well. Now Proctor. Cross to Birchin. But Stuart Gray for Barnsley got an important header in to get the ball away from Birchin. Across goes Bennett. And Barnsley have now pushed 4 men forward in this second half. Change of tactics from before half-time when only 2 men were up, generally. And that's one of those men, John MacDonald. But he's robbed by Alan Kennedy. But that's a poor one. Plenty of time for Beresford to control it. Good play by Proctor to Gate. Gray. Now Sunderland's turn to go forward. Doyle looks for Armstrong, and Armstrong forces the corner and stays wide to take it. No, it's a throw-in right on the corner flag. It's as good as a corner to Gordon Armstrong. And Mick Clark is off the field at the moment for Barnsley, just having a spot of treatment, as Doyle tries to keep the pressure on Barnsley. Looks for Gates. Gates, play on, says the referee. And he tried to play an advantage there, I think, did the referee, but it didn't quite work because Gates slipped and couldn't take advantage of the situation. No, in fact, that's the Barnsley substitute on the far side waiting to come on, but he'll not be allowed to at the moment. So Armstrong with the corner, swings the ball in, Bennett's up there, gets the header, but wide of goal. And now if the referee spots him, the substitute could well be allowed to come on. But hasn't spotted him at the moment. There you can see the linesman flagging on the far side, trying to attract the referee's attention. But the substitution is being made. Steve Agnew is going off. And Simon Jekyll is coming on for Barnsley as their substitute. So the substitution made 13 minutes into the second half. And Jekyll looks as though he's going into a defensive position for Barnsley. Heskey looking for Frank Gray. But Dobbin snaps that one up for Barnsley. Futcher. Bennett stretches out a long boot. Gates might get there. He does, and he's bowled over by the substitute, Simon Jekyll. And Jekyll is going to be spoken to immediately by referee Tom Fitzharris, who I think's refereed this game quite sensibly. There have been 1 or 2 rather silly fouls from both sides in the match so far, but so far all he's done is spoken to the players concerned, and he's keeping good control generally. So Bennett will take the free kick. And every player, apart from Hesford, in the Barnsley half. It's a square free kick across to Kennedy. Kennedy, Swindlehurst. If Birchin can keep this in, he'll do well. And he has done well. Doyle in support, gets it from Birchin. Doyle going for the line. Good centre. Gates. It's it. Oh, it's just wide of the post, thanks to a deflection. Gates almost got on the end of that one. And Armstrong goes across to take the corner. Taken short for Doyle. The Barnsley defence asleep there. Doyle across to the centre, but it's not high enough, and the Barnsley defence partly clear it. Now Proctor. Proctor has no one near him at the moment, so he tries to get to the line. He does, and he gets the cross in. And I think the corner kick's been awarded. In fact, it was a foul by Joyce on Proctor, so it's a free kick. I didn't think the ball had gone out of play there. And linesman Keith Sales just showing Proctor where to place the ball. And it'll be Proctor with the free kick. Takes it low across the goal. Still in the penalty area, but booted away by Jim Dobbin. Armstrong can get the ball and push it back. Looks for Proctor. Good ball by Armstrong. Proctor inside for Armstrong. Armstrong, a rather wild shot. He was being closed down all the time by Futcher, so he tried a quick one and didn't catch it properly, and it went well wide of the post. So 16 minutes gone in the second half. Sunderland lead 2-1. Heads got under this, gets it forward. Birchin, Armstrong, Kennedy. But Gates, the lone man up front for Sunderland, but he gets there. Swindlehurst. Doyle going up on the overlap outside there. He is going through the picture now, but it's back inside for Gray. Proctor. Swindlehurst. Low centre for Gates. And Gates has forced a penalty. And it's the substitute again. Tom Fitzharris was in a perfect place to see that. As Gates got the ball from Swindlehurst, he was pushed by the substitute. The whistle went immediately, and although there are one or two Barnsley protests, by and large they're accepting the decision. So Mark Proctor has a great chance to make it 3 for Sunderland. The whistle went immediately, and you may well have seen in the picture that Tom Fitzharris was no more than 5 yards away from the incident. He had a perfect view. Gates was pushed, and that is a penalty. Proctor, and it's saved. A superb, really brilliant save by the goalkeeper. It really was. He hit that hard and low, and it hit Baker's body and went away to safety. A little bit of luck, yes, but it was well deserved because the save was absolutely brilliant. So it's still 2-1. Doyle to Proctor. Armstrong. But it comes to Joyce for Barnsley. And it's away by Sunderland. And forward comes Frank Gray into the Barnsley half. It's Armstrong now. Birchin wide on Armstrong's left. Birchin receives it. Tries to go inside his man. He's got past Joyce, but not past Jim Dobbin. And the referee tried to play advantage there, but it's Swindlehurst going for it, but the throw-in has gone to Barnsley. And a dramatic piece of play there. Joyce for Barnsley. Now Gordon Armstrong. Gates going into the penalty area with the substitute, Simon Jekyls. And Gwyn Thomas steers it back to Baker. And the Barnsley coach on the far side going frantic with his players there. In fact, I think Millwhite might well be Alan Clark on the Barnsley bench. Now Barnsley going forward. A chance here for Barnsley to equalise, and it's there from Roger Wilde. It's Sunderland 2, Barnsley 2. And Roger Wilde it was who has equalised in the 20th minute of the second half. And David Buchanan on the far side is getting stripped, ready to come on for Sunderland. As Sunderland, having been rocked by those two Barnsley goals too, are coming forward again, trying to re-get the lead. Armstrong to Kennedy. Now Dubbin. Gates lays it back to Kennedy. Proctor finds Tom Fitzharris in the way, allowing Gray to come away for Barnsley to Beresford. John Beresford for Barnsley. Finds Clark. And he wins the throw off the chest of Steve Doyle. So 2-2. And Proctor heads behind for the corner. And that looks like Jim Dobbin across to take the corner. The man who scored Barnsley's first goal. And a drive for goal, and almost a cheeky back heel by Roger Wilde, and Bennett has to concede another corner. So Sunderland on the rack at the moment. Bennett boots that one away to relative safety. Beresford, a long throw for Barnsley. Stuart Gray wide on the left for Barnsley. Clark. But Hesford catches safely. Birchin and Gates, the two men forward for Sunderland. Doesn't reach them. Now Kennedy, back to Hesford. Armstrong gets the important touch to Birchin, to Kennedy. Bad ball by Kennedy. Barnsley should clear this one. Joyce doing just that. Halfway through the second half, Sunderland 2, Barnsley 2. Joyce. Sunderland defenders rather thin on the ground just for a moment. Stuart Gray. Futcher. Still Futcher. Dobbin. Thomas. MacDonald. An important touch there by Proctor to Kennedy, but it's MacDonald again for Barnsley. Bennett away. Hammered clear by Hetzke. Beresford across to Joyce. Battling play by MacDonald. Oh, a great chance for Barnsley, and it's there. It's Gwyn Thomas giving Barnsley a shock lead. Sunderland have now surrendered to a 2-goal lead and are now trailing as the Sunderland substitution is about to be made on the far side. Eric Gates, the man who will come off. Steve Smelt holding up the number 11. And Dave Buchanan waiting to come on.
Sunderland substitute David Buchanan for Eric Gates.
So it's Sunderland 2, Barnsley 3. So at the moment, things going from bad to worse for Sunderland. Birchin under this. Gets the header to Armstrong. Armstrong is brought down. Jim Dobbin, the offender. And Sunderland have a free kick in what I call Proctor territory, just outside the penalty area. Although Frank Gray, who struck Sunderland's brilliant second goal, is there as well. It's usually Proctor who takes them from this distance. 5 Sunderland men inside the penalty area and a 5-man Barnsley wall in front of him. Could be Proctor, it could be Gray. Proctor strikes into the wall and it's a handball. So the free kick is now 10 yards closer to the Barnsley goal than it was before. And the lone man up front for Barnsley, Mick Clark, being waved back by the Barnsley defenders. In just a moment he'll come into picture on the right. There he is. And the referee, Tom Fitzharris, making sure that wall is 10 yards away. Encroachment is one of the things which quite often happens in football. So Proctor again. This time it's a chip. Oh, and a brilliant save by Baker. That was bound for the top corner until Baker's hand got there. So Armstrong goes across for the corner. Joyce, the captain, trying to calm Barnsley defenders down. Because Barnsley have been a little panicky in defence. But when they've gone forward, they've looked quite dangerous as Armstrong swings over the corner. Appeals for a handball, this time waved away. Armstrong, Proctor. Proctor, Buchanan. Doyle. Doyle swings the ball in. Swindlehurst there, gets the header. A slight back header there by Birchin, but the defence snuffed that attack out quite easily. And if Sunderland were to lose this, we would have to hope Shrewsbury Town lose as well, in which case Sunderland would be safe and Shrewsbury would take part in those playoffs. Joyce. And the free kick awarded. Hetzke disappointed, but the referee wasn't far away from that. Futcher comes up to take the kick. Doyle, but loses control at the vital time. But that was a bad one from Stuart Gray. Now Buchanan, he's lost his shin pad. Tries to get it through to Proctor. Proctor appeals for a handball. So do the crowd. But play goes on. An advantage played there, and Barnsley win the throw. Referee having a quick word with Dave Buchanan, who's only just come on. Doyle doesn't get it through to Buchanan. Doyle lost out there, but Hetzke covering. Clark fouls his man and the free kick has been awarded. "15 minutes of the match left. Barnsley lead 3-2. Swindlehurst, he has Proctor and Doyle behind him, but he goes for the line. Beresford blocks it. And an almost a brilliant piece of play by Dobbin. But Sunderland have a throw. Proctor to take it. Buchanan. Oh, that's a good dummy by Buchanan. And the Barnsley substitute, Simon Jekyll, has to put that one behind. The obvious thing to do there by Buchanan would be to chest it down and give it back to Proctor, but he chested it sideways, fooled the Barnsley defence, and it took an outstretched foot of Simon Jekyll's to turn it behind. So Gordon Armstrong with the corner. And in the bottom left of picture is Swindlehurst, but it doesn't reach him. Swindlehurst to Proctor. Proctor faced by Roger Wilde. Buchanan flicks on, so does Bennett. Armstrong on the far side, a little bit slow, and Armstrong committed a foul there, and the referee has given Barnsley the free kick. And again Baker boots the ball straight into touch. He's done that on a number of occasions this afternoon. Doyle to Buchanan. So the two number 12s battling. Gray, Kennedy going forward, but that's a bad ball by Gray, but Kennedy might get in here. No, not quite. Futcher quick to boot the ball away. Doyle having to chase all the way back with Clark. And Clark it is. Almost, but Doyle does very well indeed and gets the ball to Frank Gray. Back to Doyle. Birchin. Robbed by Futcher. But a bad ball. Kennedy has it. Armstrong. Kennedy. Buchanan. Proctor. Doyle. Swindlehurst does well, gets round his man, gets the ball across to Armstrong and Birchin, both coming for the same ball, but it was the head, I think, of Jim Dobbin who got there to put the ball away for the corner. So both defences looking rather fragile against two quite sharp sets of forwards. The corner swung across and away by Roger Wilde into touch. Doyle has Swindlehurst short. Swindlehurst, good turn, turns inside. Bennett forward. Birchin beaten to the ball at the far post, and it's away for another throw to Sunderland. Kennedy, Armstrong back to Kennedy, Armstrong again. Armstrong. Back for Gray. Gray going forward. Birchin. Armstrong, good cross by him. Swindlehurst will pick this one up. Gets it back to Hetzke. Hetzke going forward. Doyle runs into trouble and Barnsley clear. Now Barnsley on the attack and an offside flag against Michael Clark. Quickly taken by Gray to Kennedy. Armstrong. Birchin takes over. Armstrong. Time for the cross. He makes it. Comes out to Doyle. Buchanan can't keep the ball in though. Disappointing cross from Steve Doyle on that occasion. And just 10 minutes for Sunderland to try and pull something out of the fire. "16 times already this season, Sunderland have had the lead in league and cup games and surrendered it to come away with either a draw or a defeat. Let's hope this is not the 17th. Birchin If anybody had been square with Birchin, that would have been an excellent layoff. But unfortunately, no one was. Doyle nods inside. Frank Gray has to pass it back. Nolan Clark still urging his Barnsley players forward. Clark. Hetzke. And Hesford having to do well to stop that one from going behind for the corner. Birchin's under this, gets the header on as well. Oh, and it could be a chance for Buchanan. He's in the penalty area, but two men just stop him. The ball was bouncing, he couldn't get the ball under control in time. And Futcher has plenty of time to clear for Barnsley. That's Hetzke battling with Roger Wilde. Swindlehurst against Beresford. Swindlehurst controls it neatly. Tries to put it through for Proctor, but Barnsley now break. Again, not many Sunderland defenders back. It's John MacDonald. John MacDonald's shot is well saved by Hesford. He had to stretch, but he saved it well. Buchanan misjudges the bounce. Barnsley get it partly away. Proctor trying to get it. And the through ball from Swindlehurst to Birchin went into touch. And the ball into play and out again, and for a Sunderland throw. Now Kennedy. Proctor. But another break by Barnsley. That was a lovely through ball from Dobbin. But Hesford out to the edge of his penalty area. And that was an acrobatic piece of play by John MacDonald. Birchin and Swindlehurst get in each other's way. And Sunderland now just trying to get that ball forward. They seem to have lost a little bit of the purpose. I think they're trying to get the ball forward too quickly and too hurriedly, and not finding their men as they were earlier. But that doesn't stop them from trying. Now Proctor. Armstrong wants the ball, but it's gone to Kennedy. Armstrong is wide of Kennedy. That's a good ball played in for Buchanan. A nice dummy by Buchanan, but Proctor not quite able to get on the end of it. Buchanan's dummy deceived the Barnsley defence, but Proctor was a fraction of a second late in getting there. So Doyle to take the throw to Swindlehurst. But that's an aimless one, much too close to the goalkeeper. Armstrong runs in to make the goalkeeper pick the ball up so that he has to clear it from near the goal line as opposed to the edge of the penalty area. Hetzke under this, gets there. Now Joyce for Barnsley. Doyle heads away. Proctor, good header to Swindlehurst. Swindlehurst holds and wins the throw off Beresford. 5 minutes left. Sunderland still trailing by the odd goal in 5. Armstrong to Kennedy. Away by Futcher. A careless header though. Armstrong has it. Not many Sunderland men forward though. Birchin. Clark. Kennedy. Good cross by Kennedy. Proctor nods down. Oh! And somehow that ball just wouldn't go in. And Gordon Armstrong disappointed there to see that one flash past the post. That was the flick on by Roger Wilde. Bennett in a tangle, that's all it can be described as, with John MacDonald, and Sunderland win the free kick. Steve Doyle. Again, it was a rather hurried pass, but Proctor controlled that clearance well. The ball swung across to the centre. Armstrong lets it run to Kennedy. Armstrong, a 1-2 with Kennedy. Kennedy's cross is a great cross. Proctor. Oh, and he hit one of the Barnsley defenders with a lovely header. Now Bennett caught out of position slightly. But great play by Hetzke. Retrieves the situation. Kennedy, Hetzke continuing the run, but it's across Birchin. It's coming for Doyle. 3 men waiting for the cross as it comes over, and it's straight into the arms of Baker. Just a couple of minutes left, plus maybe a little bit of injury time between Sunderland and a defeat. Now perhaps Sunderland can get a goal towards the end of the second half. Kennedy's header. Bennett trying to shield the ball, and MacDonald wasn't giving up. He chased it all the way, and Hespert had to be quick. Looking for Buchanan. Buchanan gets the back header on. Swindlehurst. Proctor. Proctor past Beresford to the far post. Birchin's there. Across goal. Will it come to Sunderland? No, it won't. Futcher clears. Dobbin away for Barnsley. Belted back into the Barnsley half. But Clark has it for Barnsley. To Stuart Gray. Clark. Now Beresford. Forward goes Roger Wilde. Faced by Hetzke, and Hetzke wins the throw. Sunderland throw. Swindlehurst takes it, but away comes Beresford. Moving in to the last minute. Poor throw. And Hetzke has to race back. Flicked on by Proctor. Buchanan. But only to Jekylls. Futcher, understandably for Barnsley in the last minute, taking his time. Sunderland throw. And Sunderland want to get on with it. There's not much time left. This time Proctor takes the throw. Finds Swindlehurst. Oh, and that's a bad one from Swindlehurst, straight to Dobbin. And a chance for Barnsley to wrap the game up now in the last minute. Not taken, thanks to Gwyn Thomas's wild shot. Close look at the watch by referee Tom Fitzharris, acknowledging the linesman's signal that the 45 minutes of this half are up. And there goes the final whistle. And Sunderland, for the 17th time this season, have surrendered the lead. They had a good lead too. That was 2-0 at one stage. Barnsley pulled one back just before half-time. And second half goals by Wilde and Thomas meant that Barnsley have taken the 3 points here. And now we have an anxious wait till we find out what Huddersfield and Shrewsbury Town have done. And just under 20,000 watched this match at Roker Park this afternoon as Sunderland lose 3-2 after at one stage leading by 2-0. Final score, Sunderland 2, Barnsley 3.